welcome back to me formulating our newest fragrance. I've determined the name of this fragrance is going to be named Grave Mistakes. Someone helped me out on naming it, and so they'll be getting a free bottle of it whenever we do eventually launch it. But today, well, starters, last time you guys saw me, if you saw me, which I think only 100 of you did, that's fine. Last time you saw me, I was diluting some aroma chemicals in order to make some accords and things. I did go ahead and make those accords. However, there was one of them that I did not like. So we are going to have to remake it. That's fine. It just kind of smelled like bleach. Let me grab it. And granted, the overarching theme for this is kind of like you went out in the woods and you murdered someone, and then you came back to your little cabin covered in drying blood and stuff, and, you know, sat back and sipped some wine and thought about what you did, I guess. That's kind of the vibe for it. So I guess bleaching the blood out of your clothes does in theory sound right, but it didn't smell right, you know what I mean? So let's take a look at it. It was in the ozone accord right here. So this ozone accord is supposed to be like a very like floral ozone type of accord, but what I used in it just was not working. You know, it smells better now that it's like had time to like marinate together. Now I'm feeling like I'm maybe making a mistake. You know what, we'll mix up the other one and then we'll compare, because obviously these have to have time to macerate and stuff. So now that they have macerated, kind of liking the smell of them a little bit better now. But we'll make another one then. We'll see. So originally what I used in this was the marine accord that I had, and that's what kind of was smelling more so like a bleachy smell. So I think what I need to do instead is I need to use the floral ozone scent instead of the marine ozone. So the goal is to make a 3 milliliter sample size. So the idea of what I had in this, I have to remake the floral ozone accord altogether. So let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna let you guys be more down here. Hopefully you can see more of what I'm doing. But we're just gonna start with a fresh little bottle. And we are looking for my dilutions. We're looking for Lily Flor, Hedion, Aquaflora, and the floral ozone. So this is Aquaflora. Set that over there. This is the floral ozone. This is the Lily Flor. And this is the Hedion. Okay, so now it's had time to settle here. I'm gonna go ahead and tear it. So the idea for this, in the ratios that I wanted to use, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep those. And you know, I might have to adjust from there on out. But for example, I wanted it to be like a 3% Lily Flor. And I don't mean 3% of the entire concoction. I mean 3% of the fragrance portion that will then be diluted into the fragrance. If that makes sense. You'll see. We're working with dilutions, so it's weird. It's weird. It's okay. It's okay. As long as I know the math and we know what the final percentages are in the overall formula to make sure that we are compliant and good, that's all that matters. So just pretend that you know what's happening. I'm adding 0.09 of the Hedion in here. .06 of the Lily Flor. Let me tear this again. .06 of the Aquaflora. And 0.06 of the floral ozone. Okay, and then this is what we're working with. It's gonna need some time to sit, obviously, now that it's been like mixed together with all this stuff. but let me just see in comparison to the original that I have. I'm definitely leaning towards the new one. The new one smells so much better. The old one, yeah, it's just, it's not good. It's not good. A little bit too much of like a bleachy sort of like marine smell to it. I'm not a fan. So in this one, I'm going to write Marine Ozone Accord 2.0. And we are going to stick this on here and do that. So now, next portion of the plan, I'm going to go ahead and mix together all the other accords that we already made in proportion to the final fragrance. So they literally just need combined. I'm going to leave out the ozone part and just the top notes in general. I'm going to smell the base and the heart and make sure I am completely satisfied with that, which I think I am. I think we've done so many like trials and tribulations and stuff with it that I think that I am finally good with how the base and the heart smells. So we'll see. I'm just gonna leave out the top notes because I'm unsure on those, but I think we have a really good base. I just want confirmation. So again, I'm going to put this up here. I don't really need to weigh this anymore because like we're good. I've already weighed out all the previous bits of it. I'm going to put this tiny little funnel up here and it's gonna help us out. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the mossy woody base that I made. Then we're gonna go into this really warm kind of note that I made out of cashmerean and white musk and, you know, all of that. Then we're gonna add in the rust accord that I made to smell like rust. Just a real tiny bit of that. They're very restrictive ingredients and this is already diluted. So then from there, that's going to leave us with the wine accord that I made and then the amber accord that I made and then the ozone accord. So I'm gonna kind of see how this all smells together and I guess we will go from there. You know what, that actually smells really good. I'm just gonna go ahead and combine it. I lied, I'm gonna combine it. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna wait and I already like the new top note more and I wanna give this time to like all like macerate together and hopefully have a final answer on a fragrance is what I'm hoping for. Not that we're in any sort of rush, but when I've been working on this for as long as what I have, in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't been that long, but I would just like to have another final to kind of smell. Okay, so this is the final. That smells so good. I really like that. I'm actually so happy with that. That smells really beautiful. I really like that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that in an atomizer and then we'll spray some paper and we'll dip some paper as well and see it. Obviously I'm gonna let this sit for a while, so I'll probably know in about a week or two if I'm like dead set on it or not, but I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm going to dip this real quick. Hopefully. I'm gonna let that sit. And then we are, oh, this already has, that's the peach one that I made. Okay, let me go find another one of these. Okay, I guess without buying more, all I have left is this. So really hope this is the answer here to my prayers. So we'll go ahead and get it poured over. It's gonna be very large though in comparison to how much is going in here. Okay, but that's fine. I'm also going to, let's see how this one smells that I like dipped it in. I really love that. I really do. On the other side here, I'm just gonna spray it. I actually really like that. I think I did it. I think I've done it. Obviously I'm gonna make some other people smell it because I can't smell worth anything. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good news. Well, thanks for joining me today. Again, this is Grave Mistakes and I guess we'll see soon about a launch date and the packaging and all of that stuff. So thank you.